Oh boy, camera was dead. I did not end up charging it last night, so I forgot to update you guys, but I filmed a little clip before we take off this morning. This is our like second or third stop, I think. We have like 5 more hours left pretty much, but an hour till the next stop, so all right. Let's reset the trip. Every about like 100 miles we stop, just so I can get gas to be on the safe side. Look at that, boys. Almost fully geared up. Woo. So yeah, we'll do a little recap of the whole trip, what happened ever since I stopped filming. Last time I filmed, as I told you guys, just wanted to get kind of what the hell is going on here. Just wanted to get a little reaction of me like starting the ride, like my first time on the bike and all of that. So that's pretty much it. Was just that, and then after that kind of wanted to get comfortable and used to the bike and not be distracted by filming. So now I've already put on, I believe, like 200-300 miles on it already, like about 3.5-4 hours of riding. So already got a good amount of seat time on it, so I can talk about it a little bit more. I'm a little more comfortable with the bike, a lot more comfortable actually. I got used to the quick shifter. That was like a major struggle because I ride MotoGP. I wish I ride a MotoGP. I ride GP shift, so I'm not used to the regular shift that this bike has. So that was like a major struggle, with the fact that I was talking about how like the clutch lever was like too far out, and so the friction zone was like not great. I wasn't comfortable with it at all, so I adjusted that, got more comfortable with the bike. Everything is like much better now. Feels way more natural to ride it. Adjusted to the quick shifter, so everything is kind of like smooth, and I don't have to think about all these little extra things, you know what I mean? It's easier to ride good when you're like comfortable and it's all like muscle memory instead of actually whoa, okay, that's not right here. That's a little random. Oh dude, what the, they're using their windshield wipers, so now my entire visor, I'm pretty sure the bike too, is covered in water. Couldn't have picked a better time, huh? Stupid Lexus. But yeah, it's actually pretty chilly. I'm wearing a thermal under my leather jacket with the gauntlets, with like a thermal, with my good old trusty ripped jeans, boots, all that stuff, and I'm still like pretty chilly. I think it's in the like low 60s, high 50s, something like that. So it's not like freezing. When it goes under like under 55 degrees, that's when it's like way too cold and I don't want to ride anymore. But yeah, I think now it's definitely like high 50s right now, because it was earlier, it was like low 60s and it was way warmer than this, so a little chilly right now. But yeah, I still haven't set in that I'm on a V4R, because I can only tell by the black O-rings, or if I look down and see the brushed aluminum tank. Yeah, let's do the recap in this video of the whole trip, what happened, kind of update you guys, and then I'll film the other video. So yeah, I was saying yesterday we went down, I picked up the bike from Roseville in by San Francisco, in Sacramento technically, but yeah, I don't know if Roseville is in Sacramento or by Sacramento. It's in Roseville, it's nearby Sacramento. So that's where I got the bike from. ANS Motorsports, I believe, or ANS Motorcycles. Yeah, ANS Motorcycles. Such an amazing dealership, honestly, like one of the best dealerships I've ever been to in my life. Super easy, super professional. Like, they showed me and helped me with stuff that, like, they're kind of like above and over. Like, they're very kind of like helpful, and really want to like help you out, you know what I mean? Like I told Mo was the guy that helped me out in getting this bike, and I told Mo that like I had a V4S, so I'm familiar with it, and he walked me around all the settings, all the like functions, features, blah blah blah, which they never do. All my fluids were replaced, so you guys can see like it's literally like highlighter yellow. Oil change has been done right now, so they did it obviously at a 600 mile with proof, and they did it right now. So like everything is on this bike was replaced and cleaned up and checked and minced, and they detailed the bike also before I pick it up. So amazing dealership, super like easy and straightforward. And like again, I was mentioning in the last video a little bit that like other dealerships, they were amazing, don't get me wrong. Irv Seaver BMW or something like that, they're in like Orange, the dealership that I almost bought the M package from. The guys over there are amazing, everything is great. There was just an issue with like the financing and banking department. They made it a little more complicated for whatever reason, but the guys over there are amazing. Same thing with people at Ducati Newport Beach. The people there are amazing, the location is amazing. It just honestly, I found like a better deal, and that's pretty much what happened. It didn't work out at all with the location in the BMW dealership, and honestly I think it's meant to be. BMW doesn't like me, I don't like BMW. I would want to get an S1000 just because right now I'm in a what, like 7-8 hour ride, like 500 miles, and that's without any traffic or anything like that, or any stops. Just if I go like from where I started to there, it's about like 7-8 hours. I got that would be nice to have cruise control in my kind of like 7-8 hour ride, but it just didn't work out. It didn't happen for whatever reason, and I don't know, it's fate. If that happened, I probably wouldn't have gone this, and this is actually like one of my dream bikes right after the H2, as I said in the last video. This bike has more similarities to the Superleggera than any of the other bikes that are available. The only thing that V4S is similar to the Superleggera is with the wheels, the carbon wheels, you know, but this bike makes more power, and to me that's one of the most important things. And plus I like that this is just like the V4 SV and the Superleggera, they're all limited. Obviously the Superleggera is way more limited than these. I like that this one is also pretty limited. They only made him in 2019 and 2020, and they only made 500 each year, so there's 1,000 total in them worldwide, which is pretty rare, you know what I mean? I like that about this bike a lot. Yeah, some people might say my V4S, full carbon fiber V4S, is like extremely rare too, but like, see, people can build a full carbon fiber V4S. You just need some money and patience, and honestly not even patience. It's pretty easy to replace fairings with carbon fiber. It's not like that complicated, you know what I mean? So it's not like something that can't be remade, unlike this one. This one made 2019, 2020, and no one can just go build a V4R, you know what I mean? So it's like, I like how limited and rare this bike is. And I don't know, I've always been obsessed with it. I was iffy about the dry clutch when I first heard the V4R, like all the way back in 2019. I was like, ooh, it sounds kind of like clunky and it sounds like broken, you know what I mean? But honestly, it's kind of like, okay, I'm not going to compare it to the supercharger of the H2 because that's in a world of its own. That bike like sounds amazing. That supercharger flutter sounds just beautiful. So I'm not comparing it to that, but like, hear me out. It's similar in how unique it is. Just like the H2, and only the H2 has that flutter, the V4R, and I believe obviously you can do a dry clutch conversion, but like OEM, the V4R has that unique dry clutch sound. You know, when you hear a dry clutch, it is usually like a Ducati race bike, you know what I mean? Which is the V4R. That's what this bike is made based of. So we were in Sacramento, Roseville, And then the plan was we drove from midnight on Friday all the way here. By the time we got to Roseville with the stops to charge and all of that, we got to Roseville at 10, so it took us like 10 hours pretty much to get here. I had to drive all the way here myself. Yeah, like I slept like maybe 2 hours at some point while charging, just to, you know, get a little break. It was pretty tough, but I was like pretty excited and also like nervous about getting this bike, hoping that like nothing falls through from the deal and stuff like that. So got there at 10, finished up the paperwork, all that, looked at the bike. The bike had a sold sign on it, which got me kind of like really excited, because I'm like, you know, like I didn't like fully pay the down payment and sign all the papers and all of that yet, but they still like put the sold sign on it, because I did put a deposit on this bike right when I got approved and all of that. So it was very exciting seeing the sold sign. I signed like all the dealership paperwork, all the like financing, and yeah, I bought a couple things for it already. I bought these grips that you guys see. Now you might ask, why would you get those grips? Those grips, actually, I've had them on both of the Ducatis I had before, I believe. Either both or just the last one, but they actually help with like how, so Ducatis, everyone knows they vibrate a lot. Like look at my reservoir right here. It is constantly vibrating. They vibrate a lot, so when you replace it with these, it's kind of like a softer grip. It's not like as hard. The OEM one is literally like a plank. It might as well be wood. There's nothing, no cushion, no nothing. This one's a little bit, just a tad softer. As you see, like from the red, there's a little like black layer over it that is more grippy. So like I don't even have to, like, I can twist the throttle with an open hand, as you guys see. I'm trying to do this safely, but like I don't need to like even grip whatsoever, because it's like, it's pretty grippy, you know. So it makes it just like way easier, especially right now since it's like a long ride. Like my hand is pretty much open. I'm not like actually grabbing the throttle. I'm just like placing my hand right there resting and just twisting the whole hand without gripping it. So it helps with grip, and it's a little softer and absorbs some of the vibration, so your hand doesn't go numb. If you guys do have a Ducati, and if you guys have ridden like 1-2+ hours on a Ducati like straight, you guys will know that your hand will literally go numb from how much the bike vibrates. Like not even over exaggerating, your hand will go numb. So these grips help with that. Plus I was gonna get them for aesthetics anyways. They had them over there, so got them installed. I also bought this tank pad. As you guys see, this is a very expensive tank. I think it's like $7,000 or $8,000 just for this aluminum tank. So I got these tank pads to protect it from this entire ride. I'm gonna be tucked on the tank a couple of times to, you know, rest, relax, change the body position on the bike a little bit. So I didn't want to scratch anything. Obviously it doesn't do maximum protection. PPF would be better, but it'll do the job for now. Plus I like it for aesthetics as well. So yeah, I got these two parts right away, got them put on, and then we grabbed ourselves like some quick food right there, and then came back. And that's when the last video started, when I first started the bike and first got on it. And then as you guys saw in the last video, I was still like very like new to the bike, so I felt like a newbie, you know, finding that friction zone, getting a feel for the throttle, the weight of the bike, all that stuff. Like I was still pretty fresh. So just wanted to like thank everyone and just, you know, soak in the moment. That's why like I wanted to film that last video. But yeah, so we took the bike from Roseville and went to downtown Sacramento so we can charge and kind of like reset. That was about like an hour away, and then after that we drove another like hour and a half to 2 hours all the way to San Jose, because at that point in downtown Sacramento, which I filmed that little clip as well, it was pretty late pretty much. It was like 3, I believe, or something like that, and sunset is at 5. And if we rode all the way back home, it's a 6-hour ride from Sacramento directly, like without no stops, and that's going like always like kind of 80 miles an hour or whatever it is. Like, so it's not going slow. not getting stuck in any traffic, blah blah blah. But we're gonna pass by LA, so there was definitely gonna be traffic. So it was a minimum of 6 hours, aka 2 hours kind of during sunset, and then another 4 hours at night. And at night, like, because I drove at night, like the opposite way going there, all of this is like pitch black, and it was, I don't know if you guys still see the fog, but there's literally still fog all surrounding us. And when I drove here, like, we were in the fog, so I kind of wanted to play it safe, didn't want to go through the fog and blah blah blah. So we're like, okay, let's just spend the night somewhere around here. We weren't gonna do San Francisco, but we couldn't find a place with a garage that seemed pretty safe in San Francisco, and we had friends in San Jose. So shout out if you guys in San Francisco, San Jose, or Sacramento, let me know in the comments if you guys are from there, because I got my second dream bike from where you guys are. So yeah, we stayed in San Jose, really close to downtown, spent the night in downtown, went out a little bit with our friends, stuff like that. Got some rest, woke up this morning, got like 6 hours of sleep, which is way better than the 2 hours I got last night, the night before, I mean. And yeah, and currently we went from downtown San Jose to where is it, like about 40 minutes, kind of like on the way heading back to Orange County. Do a little stop, get some breakfast, and oh look, they're all there, all cows or whatever. Yep, that's why it smells, yeah, already smells better. It's like the whole farm is like right next to this road. Stopped for food, gas, blah blah blah, and then road and another, oh yeah, I forgot to mention that the road from like downtown San Francisco, downtown Sacramento to downtown San Jose, pretty much where we're staying, was like another hour and a half. So total so far, road 2.5 hours, maybe 3 because we hit traffic, I don't know. And then this morning we did like that 40-hour drive to get food, fill up, then did another, I believe it was like another hour and a half or something like that, to our last stop where you guys saw I started this video. So this is kind of like a summary, a sum up of how all of this happened, you know. Even if you guys didn't enjoy this, I kind of wanted to document it for myself, and obviously I'm still gonna upload it for the people that are interested in this whole, like, I don't know, story, I guess, of how all of this just happened. And let's go back to the origin, actually, how it all started. It all started when I saw a V4R in downtown in Ducati Newport Beach. And that's where it all started. And I don't know, it kind of like, you know, that bug that just bites you and you can't stop thinking about it. I saw that V4R. It was listed for like 39,000 something, so like $40,000, and after taxes, fees, blah blah blah, it was 46,000 out the door. And I was like, you know what, let me apply for it, just for the hell of it, just for fun. So yeah, I applied for that bike, and as I said, like, the insurance was a little weird, not insurance, the financing was a little, well, I'm getting a lot of like wind turbulence, probably because I'm in between these two. Porsche, I wonder what you got in there, man. I bet this thing can beat it though. Unless it's a 918. Actually, I think I still, yeah, I can definitely take out a 918. I don't know, maybe. Let me know what you guys think. So yeah, saw that V4R, was really expensive. I don't know why, but wanted to apply for it just for the hell of it. And they actually got me approved, but they wanted pretty much a $20,000 down payment, which I thought was a little absurd, you know what I mean? I was willing to put up to like $10,000 down since it's an expensive bike, but $20,000 down payment is literally a BMW S1000RR, the base version. I could have gone bumpy. bumpy, and this bike doesn't have electronic suspension, so it's stiff as hell. So what was I saying before? Bumpy. Oh yeah, so literally they have a S1000 slight, like with 1,000 miles or something like that, something that's like slightly used at the BMW dealership, and they wanted it for 18,000 something out the door for the entire bike with taxes, with everything. So actually no, I think yeah, it was like literally like 18 or 19,000, just like slightly under 20. So in my head, what I was thinking when they asked for $20,000 down payment, it was actually like $18,000, but I just like slightly rounding it up because it's about the same price as the BMW out the door, just for the down payment of that V4R. So in my head, I was like, I could literally get a base S1000 RR and a base V4 for the price of that V4R with that down payment they're asking. So in my head, it just didn't make sense. It didn't feel right. That bike did have the full, it was the same miles as this one, 2,100, 2,200, something like that. But it did have the full Akrapovic exhaust system, which obviously that's a like $6,000-7,000 exhaust with install. So that was a big plus that that bike had, but it just didn't make sense to me because of how large the down payment was. Now fast forward, like I had the deal. I had 30 days to decide, and then like a couple days ago in the ride that you guys should have seen, when I went with my two friends, with the Ducati, the other friend with the R1M and the S1000, that little group, the last group ride pretty much on the channel. We went to the BMW dealership, and then we went to the Ducati dealership. When I went there, they told me that like the bike, that specific bike that I wanted, was sold, the V4R, even though I wasn't like 100% about it because of that super big down payment. So they had another V4R, which is very odd to me. I've never seen that many V4Rs in such a short period of time. So talking about fate, I don't know, like there's been so many like V4Rs. I've seen like 4 in the past like 2-3 months, which is insane because I literally never see V4Rs. Let's put this into perspective. In India is like big on motorcycles, and shout out to all my Indian fans, you guys rock. There's only 5 V4Rs, only 5 of them were shipped there. So seeing 4 V4Rs within like a month to 2, that's a lot. As I said, they only made 500 of these each year, so 500 in 2019, 500 in 2020. There isn't that many of them like in the entire world. So to see 4 like back to back, well, technically, oh yeah, 4. I was gonna say this is the 5th one, but no, this is the 4th one that I ended up getting. Yeah, like it's just pretty insane, and I don't know, like, man, maybe it was a sign, you know? God was like, look, man, the BMW is not working out. It's a less bike than a V4R, let's be honest. A BMW in comparison to the V4R is not on the same level. You can compare it to the regular V4, it's just not the R. So it's like a less bike, and it still didn't work out, and somehow I keep seeing V4Rs, and I am getting the, like, I'm getting approved. I could get them, but like, it just, if you guys know, like, the deal has to make sense to me, and I have to feel 100% about the bike. And that last V4R that they had at Ducati Newport Beach had one issue that I was iffy about. It had 5,000 something miles, like 5,200 or something, which isn't bad at all, but I always bought my bikes under 4,000 miles. My R1M I think had like 2,000 or 1,800 miles, like barely used. My H2 I think had like 23 or 24,000 miles, and then I had to just like right now ride it back from Arizona, which was actually only 4 hours or 5 hours instead of like 7 to 8, so it's about half the distance. I wanted like the bike with like the less miles, and also I got approved with a better interest rate on this one. I got 4.99, so like 5% interest for tier 1. They got me approved with Triumph first try. but for Ducati Newport Beach, they applied me through Ducati, obviously, and tier 1 in Ducati is 5.7, 5.74 or something, so 0.75%, which like 75% pretty much, 0.75% less interest, which over a long period of time adds up, you know, like that's less money you're paying in interest, so why not? And it had less miles, so the deal just made sense, and that's why I sent it all the way here. Well, that's before, because I was gonna get the one in Ducati Newport Beach, as I said previously in one of the videos, but then I realized that, like, hey, before I rush into this, just because I didn't feel 100% about it because of that mileage and all of that, before I commit and send it to that one, because I was gonna buy it like that next day, and I was like, let me just scope the internet, you know, let me see what's out there, just so I don't regret anything. And what do you know, there is literally only 2 V4Rs left for sale, because the last 2 I was talking about, the one I applied for, the one with the exhaust, sold, and there was a one before that I saw not long ago, also at a showroom, that was sold like even before that. So the third one that I applied for, and this one, and these were the last 2 that are available in California for sale. So I had to pretty much, I was like, shit, this one is like less miles, it's exactly what I want, it's the exact same bike pretty much, just with 3,000 miles less, which is like less than half the other one. So I was like, dang, maybe I shouldn't rush. Let me call the dealership tomorrow morning and see, before I go buy that Ducati over there, the other V4R, let me give this one a shot. So I called. As I said, A&S Motorcycles, amazing dealership, super professional, super easy, super like friendly and lenient, just like everything about it was like very smooth, cool. Ooh, look at that reflection, look at that reflection of that beautiful V4R. I shouldn't be tailgating this close in case they hard brake and I end up in the back of this little Sprinter minivan or whatever. But yeah, catch that reflection right there. So yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so called them, and they're like, yeah, the application is online, the bike hasn't been sold yet, and yeah, you just apply online, give me a picture of your driver's license and we can start the process. So I did that, applied within like an hour, I believe. They told me that I was approved for $499, which is less interest, tier 1. Everything was great. So I was like, okay, what's the next step? They're like, if you want us to hold it for you since you're far, you need to put a deposit. And that was on Friday. And Saturday, which is the day I bought this from, is the last day they're open because they're closed Sunday and Monday. So I was like, well, I definitely want to put a deposit just in case I can't make it Saturday. Even if I could make it on Saturday, I don't want to take that risk, you know what I mean, of it being sold, since I wanted that bike really bad. So I placed that deposit on this bike, and the rest is what you guys know. Drove all the way at midnight on a Friday night all the way here, got the bike, and then we did the entire trip, and now we are on the way back. And I just realized that I've been talking for like 30 minutes or the past 50 miles. Goddamn. Wait, 50 miles? I think they said there's like 60 miles left for the superchargers. Ooh, and I don't have my phone on me. Okay, I'm gonna stay in the slow lane, and hopefully they will catch up, because if not, then we are in trouble. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Like that's kind of like the story of what's been happening. Obviously we still have a long road to go, like probably another 5 hours at least, without like the stops and all. So I'm not gonna be home until probably like 7, 8 at night if everything goes smoothly, and it's only 2:30. long ass road trip, like about what, 20 something hours on the road within 2 days pretty much. That's it. I'm gonna film another video in a little bit, take a little break because my butt is starting to hurt. This bike is not the most comfortable. It is not made for any of this stuff. So yeah, I'm just gonna relax and appreciate you guys listening. I know this was kind of a boring video, but again, even if you guys thought it was boring, I kind of wanted to document it for myself, so later down the future, you know, remember this trip and riding this bike down here. God forbid something happened. I watch my old V4 videos sometimes because I miss that bike, so I just wanted to document it. And if you guys are interested in the story and you did enjoy it, then please like the video and share and subscribe. This bike was not cheap, so I need you guys' support. So just destroy that like button for me, please, because it helps a lot. And if you did make it to the end of this video, then you're a GOAT, because I don't know if I will in the future when I rewatch this video. I blabbed for like the last 30 minutes. So thank you again so much for watching. Peace out, ride safe, love you all.